Hello, welcome to Black Man's Corner. I'm Joey, and today I really need to talk with someone about the FDA approval of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. It's been about 8 months since vaccines became available for public consumption, but on some level, throughout that time, this pandemic has felt like the Wild Wild West, with people everywhere getting shot with little consequences. It's like the Twilight Zone because you possibly die if you aren't shot, or at least the odds aren't in your favor of surviving without being shot, especially with people lying about being vaccinated. It's also kind of like that scene in a Western when your friend shoots you in the arm, wounding you just enough to prevent you from going out and getting yourself eventually, if not violently, killed. When it became clear to me that my close friend was about to bust a cap on me, I imagine all I would be able to think of is not wanting to be shot. That cap busting friend would no longer be a friend, having possibly considered even pistol whipping me. So no matter how close we may have been, busting a cap on me is not going to somehow ever have you and I cool again. But thanks for saving my life. However, sometime later, you may discover all the deaths caused by the villain your friend saved you from. Wow. That friend you now see as a genius, even if an evil one. Because again, after all, that friend still frickin' shot you. In my mind, that's evil, but I may be a little immature. But then you may have supported Trump and are reminisce about a guy named Adolf. And your definition of evil may be quite different from mine. You are nonetheless so happy to be alive and appreciative that someone cared enough to force you to not put yourself at risk. So with that in mind, you change your plans about saving your friend from himself or herself by shooting that friend in the foot the next time he or she threatens to kick someone's ass. Anyway, now it is all official. The FDA has given full approval that Pfizer's vaccine is safe to take. So now what would be the reason some people aren't getting vaccinated? Let's see. Some people may not get vaccinated out of anger from being insulted. They seldom watch mainstream news, preferring to have their news served to them through social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, or even the more highbrow LinkedIn. Some people are totally cool with memes as their primary news sources. Unfortunately, some of those same people heard a rumor that FDA approval was an after-the-fact effort to inoculate the non-vaccinated with the acronym FDA, meaning, you ready for this? For dumbasses. While this rumor definitely is not cool, not politically correct, if FDA is repeatedly reinforced to mean for dumbasses, someone who kind of knows they're a dumb ass, may shrug their shoulders and say, why not get vaccinated? Especially if it was made just for me. Duh. Now, that really isn't dumbass thinking. No, it's more selfish ass and flirting with being either a bona fide idiot or just a bonehead. Since it isn't comfortable saying dumbass repeatedly, I'll use some synonyms instead. Those who don't see themselves as half-witted don't want to contribute to anyone seeing that dim-witted asses as slow-witted, and so may stop acting like a thick-wit in the hopes of not being seen as one. Man, political correctness is a serious commitment requiring a lot of wit. Now, when I heard the scuttlebutt about the rumored meaning of FDA, I immediately was upset about it too. I thought it was a vicious rumor and figured that everyone knew that FDA stood for Food and Drug Administration. I guess not though. It also makes sense that some people would believe FDA meant for dumbasses. I mean, if they believe Trump had their backs, then obviously there are people who might believe that FDA approval meant for dumbass's approval. Now, I'm in no way comfortable presenting an argument that Trump's MAGA minions are easily duped. Why should I care? Right? Wrong. If he could encourage mature adults to overthrow their own government so he could continue the next chapter of The Apprentice, we all must worry. History will speak to his role in 500,000 Americans dying differently from the way Fox News and other propaganda outlets that support him frame it. How else can anyone explain not getting vaccinated with chest out until begging for life, chest all out, until begging for life with chest caved in, breathless? Can it all really be justified as support for an orange-haired con man who, by the way, did get vaccinated just without telling you? No, we live in a world of sound bites and non-thinkers who readily absorb them. Trump's momentary genius was recognizing if him of all people could have had a hit television show, the American public was ripe for the taking, conning or pimping. You decide. I've looked for some irony in the anti-vaxxers begrudgingly staying the course to not get vaccinated, to the point of dying for their belief. I couldn't find any, so I'm left with trying to understand how, poor whites especially, somehow can ignore the obvious and believe the orange-haired capitalist cares about them. I'm not talking about those who can't be vaccinated for health reasons. It makes sense not to take something that could kill you as a way to avoid being killed by a virus. Anti-vaxxers, for health reasons, are a no-brainer. They come in all races. I'm also not talking about people who won't be vaccinated for religious reasons, though many may find Jesus the moment it is them who can't breathe. Blacks have a reason to say nay. No way. Not today. Not okay. This player don't play. Many blacks believe a vaccine could be bad for them, paranoid already over a plot similar to the Tuskegee incident. The incident revealed a medical system that decided to use black men as guinea pigs to test the impact of syphilis on their bodies over time. Yeah, that's some heinous shit. Essentially, Master Charlie in a Brooks Brothers suit extending a handshake that hides a snake while sexualizing black men. But this time is different. This time is supposed to be the real deal. As if that time in Tuskegee, the researchers didn't try to convince the bamboozled brothers that all was good while nonetheless winking at them in the hood, hoodwinking them. You know, some people are afraid of needles, yet they drive in LA traffic. They live in the Deep South. Interracially marry a partner prone to drama in a town that likes and looks like the partner starting all the shite. Shit for slang impaired. They fornicate without protection, live only for today. Some people prey on the defenseless. Some people tell white lies as if they're harmless and support things or people they know are unethical, which all are as dangerous as uninhibitedly wearing steak underwear into a lion's den. I remember distinctly in the early days of COVID-19, some black people thought they were immune. It hurt my heart to see some with their chests swollen with pride because they somehow believed a damn rumor that they were immune to something. Other than being immune to a swift sunburn compared to our white friends, what would make any racially underrepresented person believe they're immune to anything in American society? Surely not hypertension and sickle cell. Perhaps our immunity is being treated fairly. Is to being treated fairly. Perhaps our immunity is never having the feeling that we're long overdue. Then there are those waiting until everyone has been vaccinated so they won't have to get vaccinated. Really? It's like that? Some ask how you can risk your life and your loved ones for a free ride. You're avoiding a no-cost shot for possible medical bills and funeral bills. Wow. But then you voted for him. Some of you twice. So, full circle, what do you think FDA stood for? And be honest. That's the video I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed the video and liked the video. Um, I hope you subscribe to the video, to my channel as well. And as always, I appreciate you spending the time you spent in Black Man's Corner. You're always welcome. And power to the people.